Hi, guys. I hope everyone is doing well. And just a little question, real quickly here. I have downloaded Zoom on my phone. If any of you would like to chat, send me an email. Maybe we can work out a group chat so that we can all kind of talk to each other, see how everybody's doing. You may already be doing this kind of thing, but if you're interested, let me know. If not, that's fine. But my son, of course, has to show me how it works and explain to me how it works first before I can do it. But anyway, we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. Now we're going to we talked about the sonnet. Now we're going to be talking about the poem that he wrote called From Evangeline, A Tale of Acadie. This legend was both told to Longfellow and Hawthorne when they were dining out with a friend. Excuse me. Evangeline is a long narrative in verse. Part one tells us about the idyllic French village in the 18th century of Nova Scotia, which the French called Acadie. When the British conquered the French colonies in the New World, the Acadians are driven into exile, and two betrothed lovers, Evangeline Belafonte and Gabriel Lajeunesse, are separated. Part two of this excerpt tells us of Evangeline's long devoted search to try to find Gabriel. She goes up and down the Mississippi to Louisiana, where the Acadians came and settled and is known as the Cajuns. Through western, northern, and eastern parts now known as the U.S., she eventually finds Gabriel, but she finds him dying. Evangeline's devotion, her humility, her deep religious trust in God make this more than just an adventure and a journey. It makes it a spiritual journey. Though it is a romantic story of separated lovers, it is the basis of the action in this poem. Longfellow's real interest is in depicting the steadfast courage of a remarkable woman and in describing the enormously varied and yet unfamiliar landscapes through which she pursues her search for her lover. Longfellow chose to use an unusual meter in this poem. He used the unrhymed hexameter, a line consisting of 6 feet. The meter, is the basic rhythmic structure of a verse in line. It is stressed and unstressed, kind of like a little song, a sing-song song, in patterns with verse and lines of poem. You have stressed and you have unstressed. Your stressed is longer than your unstressed. They're a little shorter sounding. This poem also is known as a dactyl, which has 3 syllables. The first is stressed and the next 2 are unstressed. The meter in Evangeline is dactyl because the first is stressed followed by 2 unstressed. I'm going to read a little excerpt, 2 lines here, and I'm going to overemphasize so you can hear the pattern and the rhythm. Okay? It's on page 299. It says section 3. This is the forest, primeval, the murmuring pines and the hemlocks, bearded with moss and in garments green, indistinct in the twilight. I know that's over-exaggerating, sounds ridiculous, sounds kind of foolish, but I just wanted you to hear the stress, the unstressed syllables in this poem that we're going to be reading. The the movement and the long line gives us more of a meditative, very melancholy tone. This is not really a very happy poem because she is in search for her love, her betrothed. Now, in the prelude, we have examples of personification in the very first stanza, which is on page 300. We have some personification, which is bearded with moss, murmuring pines, in garments green, stand like druids of Eld. Eld is members of pre-Christian religious order for priests in ancient Europe. Section 3, we read, phrases created an image permanence, a contrast to the Acadians' abrupt departure. And in section 4, we have, like dust and leaves, is a simile. The poem contains many similes throughout the rest of the poem. Excuse me. What I'd like for you to do for homework is I want you to write down similes. I want you to find at least 5 different similes. Tell me what page and what line they are, and send that to me. Okay? So again, write down just 5. If you find more, that's great, but at least 5 similes. Again, have a great day. Remember to take notes because you will be tested on this information. Have a great night, and I'll chat with you soon.